Assalamualaikum and good evening. You're now with me, Yusuf Shukri, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this breaking news. The mother of Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Ahmad Dr. Sim Kui Kian, has passed away. In a statement posted on Facebook moments ago, Dr. Sim announced the passing of his beloved mother, Datin Amar Lim KHENG, who died peacefully at the family home this evening, surrounded by loved ones. She was 83 years old. Dr. Sim described his mother as a woman of deep compassion, frugal with herself, but generous with her love and service to family, friends, the community, and charitable organizations. The late Datin Amar Lim was not only the wife of former Deputy Chief Minister Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Sim Keng Hong, but also a strong pillar behind her family's decades-long devotion to public service. Dr. Sim shared heartfelt tributes to her role as a devoted grandmother and expressed gratitude for the prayers, support, and palliative care provided in her final months. The family will hold the wake at their residence in KHENG, with funeral details to be announced later. TVS extends our deepest condolences to Dr. Sim and his family during this difficult time. In other news, the Sarawak government has expressed interest in partaking on any discussions relating to the number of parliament seats for itself and Sabah. However, any final decision would lie in the hands of the federal government, says Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg.
Kita mengucap terima kasih kepada Menteri bersetuju untuk menambahkan kerusi Parlimen. Sama ada dia boleh menempati 1/3, nanti kita ronding. Kita ronding. Kena Parlimen terpulang pada kerajaan persekutuan. Terpulang padanya lah. Dan juga sama ada can meet the 1/3. We see lah how it goes.
Previously, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim has agreed in principle to increase the number of parliamentary seats after reviewing the total number of voters in both states. But until recently, no actions nor initiatives have been made to champion the cause. Abang Johari remains optimistic that once the timing is right, the additional seats will be considered. For now, Sabah has 25 parliamentary seats, while Sarawak has 31 seats.
The Development Bank of Sarawak, or DBOS, continues to strengthen its role as the state-owned development finance institution with the launch of its Islamic banking window. Abang Johari describes the initiative as a key step in enhancing sustainable, value-driven financial products and services that are aligned with community needs.
This presents a timely and strategic opportunity for DBOS to position Sarawak within the global Islamic finance ecosystem, ushering in a new era defined by scale, sustainability, and strategic integration. With the BOS Islamic Banking Window Initiative, the BOS not only strengthens its financial offerings, but also reinforces Sarawak's commitment to inclusive and value-based development.
Meanwhile, DBOS Chairman Tan Sri Dato' Amar Muhammad Morshidi Abdul Ghani says DBOS Islamic Banking Window was developed based on Sharia principles that emphasize fairness, equality, social responsibility, and integrity.
DBOS Islamic Banking Window reflects DBOS commitment to responsible financing that is ethical, inclusive, and accountable, which would benefit the greater community.
The 2025 Borneo Arts Festival BAF is cementing Labuan's role as a regional arts powerhouse, a catalyst for the creative economy, community innovation, and the island's growing identity. Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Amar Fadilah Yusof says BAF 2025's strength lies in its ability to unite Bornean art, culture, and innovation into one ecosystem that fuels tourism and boosts Labuan's image.
BAF 2025 bukan saja memperlihatkan keunikan seni Borneo, tetapi juga menunjukkan kekuatan rakyat Malaysia yang berbilang kaum dalam menjayakan sesuatu matlamat bersama. Penyertaan pelbagai komuniti daripada penggiat profesional sehinggalah ke peringkat atau umbi menggambarkan bahawa seni ialah wadah penjatuhan dan kekuatan sosial yang mampu membentuk masyarakat lebih inklusif dan berintegriti.
Speaking at the festival's closing, he said the initiative aligns with the government's strategy to drive cultural tourism and a creative economy ahead of Visit Malaysia Year 2026.
Labuan dengan kedudukan strategiknya di tengah-tengah rantau Asia Tenggara boleh menjadi pusat pertemuan budaya dan perdagangan kreatif. Melalui acara seperti Borneo Arts Festival, kita bukan sekadar mempamerkan seni, malah membuka ruang ekonomi baru dengan perkhidmatan komuniti sehingga menarik negeri luar untuk berkolaborasi dalam industri pelancongan dan kesenian.
The festival, held from November 13th to 17th at the Labuan International Sea Sports Complex, brought together hundreds of artists from Sabah, Sarawak, Brunei, and Peninsular Malaysia.
Welcome back. Now, the federal and state governments are urged to strengthen cooperation to expedite land approval processes in order to accelerate development across the country. However, this should be done with grace, says Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, by respecting state authority and adherence to existing procedures.
During the monthly National Land Council MTN meeting, Anwar says it is crucial for all states in Malaysia to scrutinize all aspects of land management so that it is utilized for economic activities, social needs, and environmental sustainability. The meeting, he says, prioritizes land management that is inclusive, protects the welfare of the people, and responsive to current demands. Meanwhile, council members have agreed to maintain 50% of the country's land area as forested areas, in line with international aspirations and the direction of the 13th Malaysia Plan 2026 to 2030.
It's been a month since the ceasefire began on October 10th, but Gaza still is under fire. Al Jazeera reported that Israel violated the ceasefire at least 125 times via airstrikes, artillery shelling and shooting. Killings of Palestinians were reported on all but 6 days between October 10 to November 10. During this period, 242 were killed, while 622 others injured.
On October 19th, Israeli airstrikes killed 45 people, and that was after Israel accused Hamas of killing 2 of its soldiers. But October 29th was the deadliest day after an Israeli soldier was killed in Rafah. Israeli strikes killed 109 people, and among them were 52 children. U.S. President Donald Trump defended that response. They killed an Israeli soldier, so the Israelis hit back. And as Israel continues its attacks, it is also restricting aid. By the end of the first month, 18,000 aid trucks were supposed to have entered Gaza, nearly 600 per day. But fewer than 4,500 aid trucks actually arrive at their destination. The White House says nearly 15,000 trucks have entered Gaza, but Palestinians and aid groups on the ground dispute that number. But when aid does make it in, it's not always what's needed. Israel has blocked more than 350 essential food items like meat, dairy, and vegetables. Instead, trucks carry items of little nutritional value like chocolate and soft drinks. The ceasefire deal also required exchanges. Hamas released 20 Israeli captives and the bodies of 24 others, but it has no heavy machinery to retrieve 4 more bodies buried under Gaza's rubble. Israel has released nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and returned the remains of 315 others. Many of their bodies showed signs of torture. The ceasefire is now in its second month, but no fire has ceased, just brief pauses between massacres.
A Bangladesh court has sentenced former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to death for crimes against humanity, sparking cheers in a packed courtroom as the verdict was read. The 78-year-old Hasina has defied court orders to return from India to face trial over allegations she ordered a deadly crackdown on a student-led uprising that led to her ouster. Hasina was found guilty on 3 counts, including incitement, order to kill, and inaction to prevent the atrocities.
The highly anticipated ruling, broadcast live on national television, comes ahead of the first election since her removal in August 2024. Judge Gola Mortuza Mozumder said to a packed court that all the elements constituting crimes against humanity have been fulfilled, and that the court had decided to inflict her with the death sentence. Bangladesh has been in political turmoil since the end of Hasina's autocratic rule, and violence has marred campaigning for elections expected in February 2026. The UN says up to 1,400 people were killed in crackdowns as Hasina tried to cling to power, deaths that were central to her trial. Former Interior Minister Asaduzaman Khan Kamal, also a fugitive, was also sentenced to death after being found guilty on 4 counts of crimes against humanity. Former Police Chief Chowdhury Abdullah Al-Mamun, who was in court and had pleaded guilty, was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment.
Wrapping up the Nightline, Guangzhou Hospital introduced a cancer care model that prioritizes safety by integrating modern technology and is customizable according to the patient's conditions. Director of Modern Cancer Wang Huaizhong says the hospital was accredited twice by the Joint Commission International (JCI) for the model's holistic approach that is less invasive by combining modern medicine with traditional Chinese medicine (TCM). When it comes to treating patients, we often rely on the usual options like chemotherapy, IV chemo, surgery, and radiation. The important thing is that we don't rely on just one approach. We combine these treatments to give patients the best possible care. Nowadays, minimally invasive treatments are often our first choice because they are less disruptive and can be very effective. But even then, it's still crucial to integrate them with other treatment options so that each patient can get a plan that's truly tailored to their needs and gives them the best chance for a successful outcome.
Each patient will be analyzed by the multidisciplinary team consisting of specialists from various disciplines including internal medicine, surgery, oncology, anesthesiology, TCM, and interventional treatment to develop the most suitable treatment plan. Besides treatment, Assistant Executive Manager from the Modern Cancer Hospital Guangzhou, Alice Kum, says the hospital takes into account the background of a patient, especially those with multi-ethnic backgrounds such as Malaysians, by ensuring the medical team is well trained on international cultural needs.
Selain itu, kami juga ada yang macam for Muslim punya patients, actually kami ada satu kitchen, public kitchen yang Muslim punya, especially for Muslim punya patients saja. So dia ada satu class code untuk Muslim patient untuk enter saja. Dan kami juga ada prayer room, surau, and a lot of things kami punya beside that macam Thailand atau Malaysia punya cultural or religion punya festival, kami juga akan sambut bersama-sama. Ya, so kalau patient datang sini, mereka bukan saja macam saya datang sini untuk perawatan saja, tapi semasa rawatan mereka pun akan boleh dapat melancong and also mereka rasa lebih senang sikit.
And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Yusuf Shukri. Thank you for watching. Good night and Assalamualaikum.